Because we have to talk about it, and we can't just forget about it. And let me tell you what it is that we're not going to forget about this time. Today is August 20th, 2019. What we're not going to forget about are those pesky needs, or those pesky wants. Needs versus wants, and it's about you. What do you want in this lifetime? What are you here for? And when you ask that question, you begin to get to the purpose, and you begin to get to the value. That's why it's important to figure out what are your needs, what are your wants. And if you've heard any philosophers talk about this stuff, they will also tell you that your needs and your wants, they could be just crutches in your life. That mostly, your needs are not nearly what you think they are. I gotta have that car. I just got a raise, I can afford it, and now that car is gonna make me so happy. But we know that's not true. We know that's not true at all. I just want you to see my eyes. We know that's not true at all. It's still not right. That's a bit better. It's about that love. Yeah, what were we saying now? Your needs. A car. If you go to get yourself a new car just because you're depressed, do you really think that's going to help the situation? There's a lot of things that we think are needs, and all they do is they get us in more debt. But because we buy into the lie that everything's about instant gratification, it's okay, because we actually find ourselves making these big bets that we'll spend the rest of our lives paying for, so we can have something right now that really we can have so much more than that. If we were to stop doing that and realize that if we pooled our resources in many ways, it works, because humanity can build on wealth that wasn't there and still have its separate resources and still have the ways, because there is no way to do this unless you have a process by which you do it. You evolve. You can't just jump into a great new society. Not when it's like this. Especially not when we're dealing with these issues that we're dealing with. We have people that they are incapacitated. They're not present. They can't even show up to this conversation. There's not many people that can. And we have to help them understand more. So I ask, what is your priority? What are your needs? What are your desires? It certainly is not that new car, I contend. Not to say that it's a problem. Have your new car. But you know what? You got to have a lot of new things in life, like a new attitude too, about what's great for you and about what works for all of us, not just you. Think about the rest of us too. The ones who the new car never meant anything. We just want a happy life, purpose-driven. Give us that and we're happy. Those are our needs and wants. And to think our needs and wants come together too. What we need is what we want. But yet the greedy world, it takes that away and it says, no, needs and wants are two different things. You can't need to want what you want to need. It's ridiculous. You should be able to. And in a loving world, you get your needs, you get your wants, because they're coinciding. And that in a loving world, your wants are needs. And often to the human being, that's also true. Our wants are our needs. Happy Healer lesson. In the human condition, we can't forget about that greed. We have to make sure we contend with it. It might be so that love can be destroyed completely and be gone forever. But that greed is always a subsidiary of love. It comes with love. That love creates everything, including greed. But then we have to control that greed. That's what I'm thinking. And you're watching this progression as well. You see it. This is an idea that I think. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below, as I say. We're on heavy think topics, and that's why when you show up to these, you should always be prepared to think and to follow me. And sometimes we're talking about other things, and it's a fast-moving thing because you get it. And I'll speak to you from both areas. And I know who I'm speaking to. It's to you, the part of you that's like me. We're not alike in every other way, but we are in that way. That honest broker of truth that says, I could see your point of view. That one. I love that one. That's a loving one. And that honest broker of truth, you know the difference between needs and wants. What we want to do is take more time doing what we need not do. That's a big one. And we also have to make sure that we don't allow ourselves in the desire to sit here and just watch the world we created for ourselves. You're living in your own world you created, and so am I. Mine is a magical world. And that perception is part of your world. And that creation that you have working in your life, folks, that's your world. You made that for yourself. It could be better. Those needs and those wants, they made you that. They put you there. What you thought were the needs that you wanted, that you had to have, they put you there. And then you have your desires. You don't have a desire to be in the hell that you find yourself in, but yet you always make justification and excuses. I do the same thing. I could tell you in my life how I do them. And I do all the time. But like I said, this is about you. And oftentimes what is true about me is also true about you. You know, let's talk about me for a moment then. Because that's true too. That what is true about me is true about you. And I'll never forget in my climb up in the corporate ladder when I was at Boston Market, and I felt like I needed that professionally for my purpose. I felt like I got purpose from my job. That's something we need. And that purpose, it gave me a certain value in my life that I was able to provide for my mother and my siblings at the time, because I was providing for them at 18 and doing my best and loving, of course. And I felt like I needed to do that. All of those things, that I had to apply myself and work harder than everybody else. Especially because I was gay and I was closeted, and I felt like I had to make up for that. What a huge deficiency. But I wasn't living right. And the closer that I got to figuring out what was important, I started to realize that I didn't know much, and that there was a lot more to know. First, it's sad, because you thought you had it all figured out, and yet now you are so small in such a much larger truth. But the beautiful thing is, that truth is always larger. God wouldn't put us in a world so boring, because we draw for that. That's how we build our faith. That's the truth we're following. And there's your need. You need that truth. So in the area of love and the area of needs and wants, what you need most out of all is truth. Now tell me in the comments, what did you think was your initial need, your initial wants when we first started this exercise, versus where I ended it, which is truth. You need that truth and the love that comes with it, because that is the truth. Folks, I'm going to end it on that. We'll end it on a prayer. And then I will be back here tomorrow, God willing, should I have internet, and should I have electricity, and should I have the ability, I will be here, and I have an outstanding program for tomorrow. I mean, several times throughout the day. We have amazing stuff coming, things that happen today throughout the day. And we have Al, he opened his heart up to me today. We're going to have that on this show tomorrow. And we also have Jeff. Me and Jeff made a huge breakthrough today, and that's going to be on the show tomorrow, unless there is no show. There might not be one. I can't even say. All I can say is that I'm still hard at work, and I'm doing this hard work, and it means so much to me. And help your brother Happy Healer do this work, and then you'll be helping my soul, and I thank you, because otherwise I can't do this. The world wants your Happy Healer to go work at McDonald's and not do this, just like they wanted Einstein to be a clerk and not figure out general relativity for humanity. Folks, we have to free our thinkers and our creators to do that. That's what they want to do. That's what serves their purpose in this life. And that's what we need. You see how needs and wants, they're real close to each other, I said. They're very close. That's why, by you helping me what I want to do, this work, then you're helping me with what I need to do, my fate. This is my fate, and we all have a fate. We all have a fate, so important to our souls, that when you feed that fate, you are given energy. But that when you dissipate from it, and that's what this greedy world does, it takes from that fate. It says you can't have anything. All you can ever have is what the world allows you to have. And the moment you stray away from that, then you lose in this world. And greed makes sure to it that it happens. The only way we switch that is if we get in there with that love and show the power. And it's possible. We know it. There's a roadmap. We follow it. And it takes coming together. And it takes leadership. Love is organized. Love is organized. Every time it's organized. The problem is we are only letting our greed organize and say that if love ever even tries, it's fake. That's a big issue in this society. Stop it. Maybe you're insincere, but I'm not. I love you guys. We'll see you next time, which is going to be tomorrow, God willing. Do your part, or just watch your Happy Healer continue to suffer. I don't care. I'll be here again when I can be. I'm not giving up, that's for sure. God bless you. Take care. Good night.